From Sweden to Mumbai, it's not a typical journey, but Elli Avram didn't speak a word of Hindi before her debut in Mickey Virus back in 2013. 2 years later, she was cast opposite popular comedian Kapil Sharma in Kis Kis Ko Pyar Karu. The rest, as they say, for this Greek-Swedish actress, is history.
My background is that I'm half Swedish, half Greek, and I grew up in Sweden, and basically Greece has been like every summer. The entire family, we always go there for a vacation and to meet the entire big family, all the cousins and everything. And as a child, I believe like acting and singing and dancing has always been there in me. Maybe because my mother, she's an actress and singer as well, and my father also a musician, so I guess it's there in the family. So I was never really interested in television or anything. I was always like out in the garden, creating my own plays. I used to sing and dance, and I used to take my mother's costumes. And I remember I used to play the princess, and then I used to take like the black scarf, and suddenly I became the evil witch. And yeah, I was always like in my own world, you can say, always creating my own things. Then suddenly I remember I was around 5 years old when suddenly I was in front of the TV and we were watching this on the Swedish television. There was a Bollywood song coming. You know, it just made me stop and be like, wow, what is this? I mean, I just got so like fascinated about it and so mesmerized. I totally fell in love with it, and ever since then I think it has just been there in me that this is something I want to do. Like, I want to be like those girls in those beautiful clothes and dancing and singing just like that, and their expressions and everything. So I think ever since then this whole thing for India just started. And also because my godparents, they also love India a lot, and I used to be with them a lot, and their home has always been decorated in a very Indian way, and they always used to play like Sufi music or sitar music, and I always used to love that. So India has always been there, like since my childhood. Then one day I remember I was 15 years old, and my parents, they're like screaming my name. They're like, Ellie, wake up. It was like a Saturday or something. They're like, wake up, and switch on the TV. On this channel, they're showing a Bollywood movie. And I just flew up from my bed and switched on the TV in my room, and they were showing Devdas, the one with Shah Rukh, Madhuri ji and Aishwarya. And I still remember that day. I didn't move, and I mean the movie was almost for like 4 hours or something, I think. And I didn't move, and I remember in the end I was so heartbroken. I was just crying, and I was so like, oh my God, like what is this? And it was so deep and beautiful and just magical. I think from that day I actually decided that this is what I want to do in my life, or at least like that's when I really got this thing that I want to learn this. I want to learn how to dance like this, the expressions, and yeah. So that's when I actually, 2 years later, when I was 17 years old, I finally found this Bollywood Dance Academy school. I started to learn Bollywood dance, and then I auditioned for this Bollywood dance crew. And I became a part of it, and we were performing like all over Scandinavia. So that was like what I used to do after school, and I used to love it. Like every time I used to perform, I used to feel like I'm in Bollywood now. Like I am doing what I had seen those girls doing on the television when I was 5 years old. So every moment was just like, it was just like magic for me. I loved it. And during that time also, when I was 16 years old, I was also shooting for a Swedish youth movie. And I think that's when I also realized that I loved being in front of the camera, because I think through my childhood, acting and all had always been there in the family, and I used to do it for fun, like some theater acting and all, but I was never really serious in it that, okay, I'm also going to become an actress. But after shooting that movie, that's when I really realized that, wow, I love doing this, like this is so much fun. And since I love Bollywood, I was like, I want to act in Bollywood. I don't want to act in Swedish movies. Or Hollywood, like it was only Bollywood for me that time. And I remember when I was talking to my parents and I was telling them that I want to go to Bollywood, like I want to go to India. They were like, what? Like, are you serious? If you want to become an actress, why don't you become an actress here in Sweden? I mean, your mother's an actress, your aunt is an actress, director as well, producer as well. Like, why don't you just pursue it here? And I said no, because I love Bollywood. Like, Bollywood is the cinema I love, which attracts me, and I want to do it. I want to give it a chance. I keep on hearing, like they all used to tell me the same thing, like Elli, go for your dream, because honestly speaking, I sit here today and I feel that why didn't I at least try, you know? So I just felt like I don't want to become like that. So I should at least give it a shot. I'll try my luck. If it doesn't happen, it's okay. I mean, at least I'm sure I'm going to experience something amazing in my life. I'm going to learn something from India as a country, and maybe I'll find something else then, you know, like I was very positive. So I studied Devanagari at Stockholm University, because I was thinking that maybe I go to India and maybe most of the things will be written in Devanagari, you know, then how will I be able to read it and understand? I saved a bunch of money because I was working one of Sweden's biggest jewelry brands. So I was working there, and then for a year, secretly, without telling my parents, I opened a separate bank account. And whenever I used to get my salary, I used to like take some of the money and put in that saving account. So, because of course I knew that my parents would always support me, but I really wanted to show them that this is something I want to do, and like I want to do it on my own. So I just went, I told my father that, you know, okay, so I'm going to India now, and mom is going to come with me for 2 weeks because I want to see how Mumbai is. And he was like, okay, and how are you gonna go, with what money, and where are you gonna stay, and what flight, you know? So I said, well, this is my money I have saved, and I've already checked up the tickets. This is the airline. It's a safe and good airline, and we are gonna be staying here. And you know, so I told him everything. He was so shocked. He was like, God, when have you done all this? So I said, well, and then finally me and mom, we came to Mumbai, and the moment I landed, I was like, oh, God, like I was so happy. I still remember that moment when we landed in Mumbai, and I just remember my mom looking at me, and she was like, wow, Elli, like I can really see how much you actually really want this. Like, I still remember when she told me this, and I was just so happy being in Mumbai. And when I came back to Sweden, I told them that, yeah, it's done now. Like, I'm gonna go to Mumbai.